So I made my wife. Said I down alone, I told her she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Gotta say this full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spot rag, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Legendary Florida like Mike, like Will. 96 Impala, thug like four wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a boss asked me how I feel. Successful street, touching their first meals. All my life, been grinding on my line, on my line, on my line.
Hey! I'm gonna start us off and then Justin will close it for us. So I want to first put this down. I want to first thank God. For putting us here. I want to thank him for connecting us with incredible coaches, Joe and Melissa Ward. And attaching us to an amazing team, Trident Pride. And then I also want to thank him for blessing me with Justin. A man that God has placed into my life to walk this amazing journey together. Now, I want to talk about the number 3, okay? Let's just say people say that third time is a charm or 3 strikes and you're out. Let's start by taking you back to 2009. And then Justin will take it from there. At that time, I had just returned home to Chicago after working overseas. I was looking for a job. I came across something online that sounded like something I can do. The position was like, you know how you be on Indeed? Like, I can do that. I can do that. So I decided to check it out. The address to where I went was 2105 South Michigan. I showed up. I listened to the presentation. I was all in. Until they said it cost $99. I remember thinking to myself, wait a minute, I'm here to get money. I'm not trying to give you money. So I did what most people do. I told someone, and they told me, oh, yeah, I know what that is. I did that too. You don't want to do that. Strike 1. Fast forward to 2011. Justin came home. He was working at Fox Valley Mall at the time. And he told me that a guy had approached him and asked, have you ever thought about owning your own business? You'll be great at what I do. Ironically, the guy's name at that time, his name was Joe. He and his wife had invited us to now what we know was a fast start school. We listened, we watched the people, we were intrigued. Afterwards, we met at Portillo's on Ashland. Oh no, on Pulaski. And then we wrote a voided check for $99, only to decline the offer 2 days later. Strike 2. Then came 2020, COVID. We were both working overseas at the time. A lot of people don't know that. Justin in Dubai. Okay, I was in China, but it was before COVID, just FYI. We were just visiting Chicago for Chinese New Year's. And when Justin got the message from our coach, What Coach doesn't know is that we had admired him and respected him from afar. This time, we didn't let the third time be a strikeout. I'll let Justin talk more into it, but I'll tell you why the number 3 has been significant to me. I was born on the 3rd day of the 3rd month. I passed the SIE on the 3rd try. Third try.
Okay.
I passed the Series 6 on the 3rd try.
Okay.
I passed the Series 63. Come on, say it with me.
3rd try.
It was the 4th, but that's okay though. I got it done. Okay. They say 3 strikes and you're out. But we did not let that happen. We didn't let the 3rd strike take us out. We knew we belonged here. We believed that this was meant to be. This is where we're supposed to be, and we are not looking back. Now, let me turn it over to Regional Vice President.
Man, I'm actually speechless, y'all. I was trying to, I've been replaying this moment since I joined the business. And literally, trying to figure out what to say and everything like that, but I kind of start from here. So first off, before I say anything, this was a team effort. This was a team effort. I definitely want to give it back up to my coaches. We've been watching them for years. Me and Coach stayed connected and everything like that. And for the most part, I always admire, and like I think I said this a couple times actually on the calls, the moment I saw Coach actually make that speech, Married to My Destiny, I knew that I was going to join Primerica, but primarily I knew that I was going to join him. Because the biggest thing, people don't join Primerica, they don't join companies, they join people. So, long story short, I definitely want to give it back up to my wife. Me and Portia have been married now almost 15 years. And we've been together since 19 years old. And I wouldn't be the man I am today without my wife. And every decision it made, every failure I made, every time I did something, network marketing, anything, she has literally been my backbone and supported me in everything. So I definitely want to thank you for that. So this regional vice president promotion is huge for me. As the song talked about, grinding all my life. That's been my life story. As Portia talked about it, we grew up in Mississippi. Mississippi is one of the poorest of states out of all 50 states. So I know how it is to struggle. I know how it is to claw. I know how it is to have cold showers. Everything that people talking about. But the biggest thing is, I've always been a dreamer. Always been a dreamer. And I understood that environments plays a major role. Who you hanging around, who you listening to. So, graduated from Jackson State University, I immediately knew that, man, I got to get out of Mississippi. I got to get around the right people. Had an opportunity, me and my wife got married, and when we moved to Chicago, that was my first time seeing tall buildings. First time seeing all of this. And all of this is going to tie into kind of how I think. And the moment when I went to Chicago and I started seeing all this stuff, I'm like, man, it's something that I don't know. It's something that I don't know. And I got inspired. And Portia will tell you, I always wanted to go downtown. I always wanted to see that. And I understood that being from a smaller city. And at the end of the day, moved to Chicago, and of course, did other little businesses, failed at this, failed at that. And at the same time, always stayed connected to Coach. But at the same time, he didn't necessarily really pressure me to get involved in this, but he was just somebody that was an example of success. And the biggest thing is, you know, had an opportunity to go overseas and work and everything like that. But to be real, one of the reasons why I went overseas, because the previous opportunity that I was did, it kind of made some changes. So my dream diminished. So what I always tell people, the moment you stop dreaming, that's when everything goes downhill. So me, I was always a component as you should always have a dream. You should always put yourself in environments where you can stay inspired. And the only way you can do that, you got to get around the right people. And also, I did understand that, you know, when God want to bless you, he brings people in your life. Regardless if you pushing that person away or not, I understood that. So, worked overseas, did that, but really I was overseas trying to figure out what can I do to get that desire again? What can I do? What can I do to get that, to be inspired again? And we was over there, you're working and everything like that. And at the same time, I got a call. Well, actually, I ended up going on a vacation in Chicago, and I put a Facebook post up. And Coach had commented on the post. Now, remember, in my mind, I'm already knowing I'm going to join primarily with him at the time, but I didn't know when. And he commented on the post, we ended up meeting up. We met up at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And I'm already knowing this will be a recruiting. But at the same time, I'm going because he had just did the speech and everything, so I know he's making money and all that, so I'm going to get inspired again, because remember, it's all about the dream. Everything is about the dream with me. So told Portia about it. I ended up going down there, and of course, he told me everything about Primerica, which I already knew about Primerica. We was already a client. But the biggest thing that he kind of told me, he told me everything about everything that he had going on. The biggest thing that he said that, you know, I'm finna get ready to move to Houston. And at the same time, we was living in Dallas at the time. So immediately, once we got that phone call, we end up joining the business. And we understand that in order for us to win in this business, man, we gotta follow somebody. It's a great song to talk about follow me. See, sometimes you gotta follow somebody else so you can get where you at. And I understood that. And of course, we ended up joined the business, and we ended up moving to Houston. We didn't know anybody or anything like that. But the biggest thing is we was just trusting the process. Trusting the process, Portia working, we started doing Primerica. And don't get me wrong, throughout this journey in Primerica, man, we went through some challenges. See, most people, when they get on stage and talk about people ranking up and all that, but they don't talk about what happens in between it. And I always describe it, if y'all watch mountain climbing. One thing about mountain climbing, you're climbing by yourself. So if you watch mountain climbing, you can't prepare for the unexpected. It may be cold, it may be hot, you may lose your water pouch, so you really can't prepare for it. And that's basically what this process has been. So we went through some hurdles. And I'm gonna keep it real. When I first joined the business, I thought I was gonna go RVP quick. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all thought the same thing. I thought I was gonna go quick. But sometimes life happens. Life happens. And in this journey of us actually trying to promote to a vice president, we went through some journeys. We had some people that support us. Like Coach talked about it, I have a twin brother. If my brother come in here right now and wear this suit, y'all would think he me. Like literally. But at the end of the day, my brother didn't support me from the beginning. He didn't become a client. But I didn't get mad or anything like that. I understood that I got to become an example in the business. And then eventually, he would actually join the business. And maybe not he not join the business. But long story short, you know, we went through some problems in this business. Those that follow me on Facebook, on our journey of going regional vice president, we stayed patient. We seen other leaders that was running the numbers. We didn't necessarily give no bad blood. We just understood that we have to wait till our particular time. But while we was trying to go regional vice president, my mom, those that know me know I love my mom dearly. My mom went through some health issues. My mom she got diagnosed in 2024, the beginning of the year, with breast cancer. Never had no health issues or anything like that. So at the same time, I'm trying to hold the base shop down. At the same time, I'm trying to take care of my wife. At the same time, I got to deal with my mom. But at the same time, my mom always been my biggest cheerleader. So I couldn't leave her to the wayside. I had to do what I had to do. But at the same time, I had held the obligation that I told Coach. So what we do, when Mom got sick, we had went to Mississippi numerous of times. It was many times I was actually in the hospital with my mom. In the hospital with my mom while she going through her chemo and they were saying that she ain't gonna make it and all that and everything. And I'm actually on appointments. And my mom like, how much coverage she put in place? Is she gonna get the policy and everything like that? But see, the biggest thing is, my mom called me one night and she was crying. But I knew that the simple fact that me going down there and just being in her environment, that was gonna help her get healed up. So we got through that problem. Mom went out the hospital and everything like that. Now we had another problem, my dad. My dad got diagnosed with dementia. Got diagnosed with dementia, and those that follow me on Facebook, my dad left the house, middle of the night. He was gone for about 4 days. And we didn't know where he was. All of this, while we're trying to run the numbers, while we're trying to hold the base shop down, we're going through all of this. And somebody had put a post up, they got like 3,000 shares, and they ended up finding him. So, and I'm not here just to try to talk about all the problems that we went through, but what I'm saying is, sometimes everything that you have planned, it don't go your way. But one thing that I do know is, tough times don't last, but tough people do. That's really what it is. Really right here. In the Bible, it says, write the vision, make it plain. But a lot of people forget this last part. Those that see it will run. So when me and Coach actually met, we met at Moxie's. I don't know, he probably don't even remember. And Coach had wrote the vision down on everything that I needed to do in the business. Now, of course, everything on here we haven't accomplished yet. But one thing that we have accomplished today is regional vice president.
Yes, sir.
And the thing about it, on this particular paper, it actually says regional vice president promotion in 2021. But last time I checked, it's 2024. So the moral of the story is, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, is that sometimes we write our goals down, we write everything down, and maybe you have a specific date in your mind when it's going to happen. But sometimes God says otherwise.
Yep.
And we just have to understand that you have to be willing to grow through that process so you can be able to get to the next level. So me, I'm super, super excited. This is not the end for me and Portia. Again, RVP is just a contract. We got work to do. We signed up directly to Mr. Ward. So definitely, we got an obligation to fulfill. We super, super excited. Love y'all, and me and y'all be blessed.